Admiral Hyunsoo Park stood on the bridge of the flagship, staring into the endless black of space. The stars stretched out like diamonds scattered across a velvet canvas. Ahead lay the Dominion, a region of the galaxy that humans had only heard of in stories and intelligence reports. It was a place that had crushed civilizations before, and now humanity was entering it. Fear lingered in the minds of the crew, but not in the Admiral. He had seen the courage of humans and he believed in it. Captain Mina Choi adjusted the controls of her warship beside the flagship. She could feel the tension in the fleet. Hundreds of ships moved in formation, a silent promise of both strength and vulnerability. Their scanners picked up distant signals. Dominion patrol ships moving in patterns designed to trap intruders. Mina bit her lip. The fleet had to navigate these deadly paths carefully. One wrong move, and the humans could be destroyed before they reached the Dominion's inner systems. Commander Ji-hoon Lee, leading a special operations team, reviewed the mission again. Their task was to gather intelligence and, if necessary, disable key Dominion outposts. He looked at his team, all young but disciplined. They had trained for years for this moment. They knew the risk, yet none showed hesitation. Fear was natural, but it would not stop them. Humans had a way of walking where fear could not reach. The fleet moved forward. Stars streaking past as faster-than-light drives carried them deeper into Dominion space. Communication channels were open but monitored. Every message was coded, every move calculated. The Dominion was aware of intruders in its space, and the humans had to be careful not to give away their full strength. Hyunsoo's voice broke the silence. Steady. Keep formation. Watch the sensors closely. Remember, we are here to observe and prepare. Attack only if necessary. Sensors picked up the first contact, a small Dominion scout vessel approaching their perimeter. It was fast and sleek, built for speed and reconnaissance. Mina adjusted the shields and weapons systems, her fingers moving confidently over the controls. The scout ship scanned the fleet, then turned and disappeared into the void. It was a warning, a challenge. The humans did not flinch. They were ready. Hours passed. The fleet advanced slowly, taking careful steps to avoid traps. Asteroid fields, dark energy pockets, and strange gravitational anomalies made navigation difficult. The Dominion had designed its space with defense in mind. Every obstacle was a test. The human crews worked together seamlessly, showing ingenuity that the Dominion had not anticipated. Mina guided her ship through a particularly dense asteroid cluster, finding a path that no automated system could have calculated. The team cheered quietly in their helmets. Small victories mattered. Hyunsoo reviewed reports from all ships. Dominion patrols were becoming more frequent, more aggressive. One of the outer outposts had detected the human fleet but had not fired. That gave the humans a small advantage. Ji-hoon and his team were preparing to make a closer approach to the outpost, using stealth ships that could evade most sensors. The plan was risky, but the potential gain was worth it. As the stealth team approached the outpost, alarms suddenly blared. A Dominion patrol had changed course and was heading directly for them. Ji-hoon's team held their breath. They had trained for this, but in reality, nothing prepared anyone for the sound of approaching warships in the void of space. Ji-hoon gave the order, engage evasive maneuvers and deploy decoys. The ships twisted through the darkness, scattering small drones to confuse the Dominion sensors. The patrol ship slowed, unable to determine the true position of the humans. Ji-hoon allowed himself a brief smile. The humans had outsmarted a more powerful foe. Back on the flagship, Hyunsoo monitored the situation with pride. The fleet moved steadily forward, undeterred by the patrols. Each ship showed creativity and courage. The Dominion expected fear. They expected hesitation. They did not understand humans. Humans could act with boldness, even in the face of overwhelming odds. This was their advantage. Mina communicated with the flagship. Admiral, the patrol is confused. We have a clear path to the outpost. Hyunsoo responded, proceed carefully. Remember, this is just the beginning. The Dominion will not welcome us. Move with caution, but do not show fear. The stealth team approached the outpost. Ji-hoon's heart raced, but his mind was steady. They had prepared for this moment. They slipped past the outer defenses and entered the shadow of the station. Sensors detected minimal activity inside. It was almost as if the Dominion had assumed no one would dare come this close. Ji-hoon activated a small device that disabled the station's communications temporarily. They had achieved their goal without a fight. While the stealth team worked, the rest of the fleet maintained their positions. They were ready to respond if the Dominion discovered the intrusion. Hyun-soo knew this was a test of patience as much as skill. The human fleet was far from invincible, but it was united and determined. And determination often made all the difference. As the outpost fell silent under the human interference, Ji-hoon signaled the success. Mission accomplished. Returning to fleet. The team navigated back through the asteroid fields, using the same paths they had discovered earlier. Every step was careful, deliberate. The Dominion might respond with force at any moment, and the humans had to be ready. Minna guided her ship back, reporting minor system stress from the maneuvers but no damage. The crew of the flagship prepared for the next phase. They knew the Dominion would be more alert now. The first step was always the hardest, but the humans had proven that they could move where others would fear to tread. Hyun-soo addressed the fleet over the comms. Today, we have shown that humanity does not cower in the face of danger. We are here and we will continue. Our path will not be easy, but we walk where fear cannot reach. Prepare for the next phase. We enter deeper into Dominion space tomorrow. Rest and be ready. Our journey has only begun. The stars outside continued to stretch across the void. The fleet moved steadily forward, a shining testament to human courage and ingenuity. They had survived the first encounter and had learned the ways of the Dominion. Tomorrow, the real challenges would begin. But tonight, the humans had made history. They had walked where fear could not reach. Captain Min-jun Lee watched the stars pass by as the fleet moved deeper into Dominion space. The success at the outpost had boosted morale, but he knew it was only the beginning. The Dominion would respond soon, and the humans had to stay alert. Communication lines were filled with reports from scouts and patrols, all moving carefully to avoid detection. The galaxy felt larger here, silent but dangerous, and every crew member felt the weight of the mission. Lieutenant So-yeon Kim was in the observation deck, analyzing sensor data. She noticed strange energy readings coming from a nearby system. It looked like a small fleet, but their movement was unusual. She reported to Captain Min-jun, who nodded thoughtfully. "Prepare a reconnaissance team," he said. "We need to understand what we are up against before it becomes a threat." Commander Hae-jin Park was chosen to lead the team. Hae-jin had a reputation for calm thinking under pressure. His small crew of humans boarded a fast, stealth-capable ship, ready to approach the alien group quietly. They moved slowly, hiding in the shadows of asteroid belts, using the natural cover to avoid sensors. The Dominion forces were powerful, but they had weaknesses, and humans had learned to look for them. As they got closer, Hae-jin saw the fleet was scouting themselves, not attacking. There was a sense of arrogance in their movement. Humans often underestimated danger but also saw opportunities others missed. Hae-jin used a combination of sensor trickery and evasive flying to get a closer look at the alien ships. The designs were strange but not invincible. Patterns were noticeable, weaknesses could be found. Meanwhile, the larger fleet under Captain Min-jun moved in careful formation. Admiral Hyun-soo Park observed from the flagship. The human ships were nimble but slower than the Dominion forces. Hyun-soo knew a direct confrontation would be dangerous. He preferred strategy, patience, and surprise. Humanity could not match Dominion power in a straight fight, but their unpredictability gave them an edge. Min-jun called for a meeting with his captains over secure communications. "We are facing stronger forces ahead. Our success depends on coordination and thinking differently. The Dominion expects fear. We cannot give it to them." The captains agreed, discussing plans for electronic interference, stealth approaches, and surprise attacks. Each human ship had a role, and every crew member understood that courage and intelligence mattered more than brute strength. The reconnaissance team returned with valuable information. Dominion ships had a gap in their patrol pattern, which could be exploited. Heijin recommended a small strike to test their defenses. Captain Minjun approved, careful not to overcommit. The team prepared their ship, loaded weapons, and mapped a route through a dense asteroid field. Humans often turned obstacles into advantages. The asteroid field, dangerous for most, provided excellent cover. They moved in quickly, evading sensors and using bursts of speed at unexpected times. The Dominion forces were caught off guard by the small ship. It struck a minor communications hub, causing temporary confusion. Heijin's team returned to the fleet without casualties. The humans had proven again that cleverness and boldness could outmatch fear. Admiral Hyunsu praised the team. Your courage and skill show what humans are capable of. We are making a mark here. The Dominion underestimated us, and that is our advantage. The crew felt a sense of pride. Each small victory was a building block for the larger challenge ahead. Humanity was walking where fear had ruled before, showing the galaxy that humans were not to be ignored. The fleet moved forward slowly, aware of increasing resistance. Patrols were denser, and sensor readings showed new types of ships approaching. Humans had to adapt quickly. Captain Minjun coordinated maneuvers, making use of speed and stealth to avoid direct confrontation while observing enemy movements. The Dominion did not expect humans to be this precise and daring. On board, Lieutenant Soyun noted patterns in the enemy's communication. She realized they could disrupt it using small, targeted attacks. Minjun approved, and human ships carried out electronic strikes on the Dominion signals. Confusion spread among enemy ships, giving humans room to explore and prepare. Every move had to be careful, but humans thrived in challenging situations. Heijin's team led a second mission to gather more intelligence. They entered an asteroid belt near a Dominion supply route, observing how resources moved and noting weaknesses. They discovered that Dominion logistics depended heavily on automated systems. Humans could exploit this with precision attacks. The team returned to the fleet, bringing valuable data that would shape the next strike. Meanwhile, Captain Minjun coordinated with Admiral Hyunsu to plan a larger engagement. The goal was not destruction but proving humanity's presence and capability. They would strike where the Dominion did not expect, using speed, surprise, and coordination. Humans had a history of doing what others thought impossible. This was another step in showing that courage and intelligence mattered more than fear. At night, when stars filled the sky, the crew reflected quietly. Humans had entered dangerous space, but their resolve was strong. They relied on teamwork, strategy, and courage. Each person understood that fear could not stop them. Humans had already shown they could move where others would hesitate. Every small success reinforced their confidence. Captain Minjun looked at his crew and spoke calmly. Tomorrow we will continue our mission. We will test the Dominion further and show that humans are not afraid. Remember, our strength is in our minds and our hearts. Fear does not guide us. Courage does. The crew nodded, ready for what lay ahead. The fleet continued its slow advance, moving between stars, avoiding patrols, and gathering information. The humans were learning the ways of the Dominion, understanding their patterns, and finding weaknesses. Each small success brought them closer to the heart of Dominion space. Humanity was walking where fear could not reach, proving their determination and spirit. The reconnaissance team returned to the flagship once more. Heijin reported on new patrol movements and potential points for future attacks. Captain Minjun and Admiral Hyunsu listened carefully, planning their next step. Humans had already survived skirmishes and demonstrated intelligence and bravery. Each action strengthened their position in this dangerous region of the galaxy. As the fleet rested for the night, systems humming softly and stars twinkling outside, humans felt the growing excitement of their journey. They were entering spaces where no one else dared, showing the Dominion that humans were clever, bold, and unstoppable in spirit. Tomorrow would bring more challenges, but humans were ready. They would continue to walk where fear could not reach, leaving their mark on the galaxy with every maneuver, strike, and courageous choice. Captain Minesio Kong peered at the Dominion capital from the observation window. The planet was massive, surrounded by thick orbital defenses and countless warships. The humans had never faced anything like it, yet fear did not touch them. They had come too far to stop now. Each member of the crew understood the dangers, but they also knew their courage and intelligence gave them a chance. Commander Daewoo Lim reviewed the fleet's plan with his officers. Their mission was risky. Disable the planetary shield and prepare the fleet for a larger strike. Every detail mattered. The Dominion's defenses were strong, but humans had learned to exploit patterns and weaknesses. Daewoo reminded his team that stealth, coordination, and timing were essential. They would rely on their minds as much as their weapons. Lieutenant Hygiene Yu monitored the sensors, tracking Dominion patrol ships. The patterns were complex, but humans could find openings where aliens assumed none existed. Hygiene noted the positions of moving patrols and marked a safe path through the outer orbital zones. Humans could navigate where fear and caution would stop others. They were walking where no one dared. Captain Minesio addressed the fleet. We move carefully. Our goal is to disable the shields without being detected. The Dominion expects us to hesitate. We will show them they are wrong. The fleet followed the commands, moving in calculated formation. Speed, stealth, and patience guided every maneuver. Daewoo led a small group of stealth ships toward the planetary defenses. Each pilot was skilled and brave. They slipped through asteroid belts and used gravitational anomalies to hide from sensors. The Dominion had strong surveillance, but humans had learned to use intelligence and courage to overcome it. Every move was precise, every decision deliberate. As the stealth team approached, the planetary shields activated. Daewoo's crew prepared their devices, small yet powerful enough to disrupt the shield temporarily. The tension was high. One mistake could destroy the team, but humans thrived in high-pressure situations. With skill and timing, they successfully deployed the devices. The shield flickered and weakened. Daewoo allowed himself a brief nod. The first step was complete. Meanwhile, the main fleet waited at a safe distance, ready to support. Admiral Hyun-Soo Park monitored the operation, proud of the courage and skill of the humans under his command. Each crew member had shown intelligence, teamwork, and bravery. They were proving the galaxy wrong about humans. Inside the Dominion capital, alarms sounded as the shield weakened. Alien officers scrambled to respond. Humans had anticipated this. They moved quickly, striking the next target before reinforcements could arrive. Commander Daewoo and his team navigated through defense stations, disabling communications and preparing pathways for the fleet. Each action showed ingenuity and daring. Lieutenant Hygiene coordinated with the stealth team, guiding them through dangerous corridors of energy and surveillance. The Dominion expected hesitation, fear, and failure. Humans delivered none. They worked with quiet precision, leaving no room for mistakes. Every sensor disabled, every patrol evaded, showed the strength of human determination. Captain Minesio communicated with the fleet, giving orders to prepare for the next stage. The shield was down, the pathways cleared. The humans had demonstrated their ability to act where fear could have stopped them. The Dominion might have powerful ships and advanced technology, but humans had courage and intelligence in equal measure. Daewoo's team returned to the fleet, their mission accomplished without casualties. The humans had proven that cleverness and bravery could match or exceed superior technology. Each crew member felt the weight of their achievement, knowing they had taken a step further into Dominion space. They had walked where fear dared not reach. Admiral Hyun-Soo addressed the entire fleet. The Dominion underestimated us. They expected fear. They will now see humanity as bold, intelligent, and capable of anything. Today we have proven our strength. Tomorrow we continue moving deeper into their systems. Stay alert, stay brave. The crew nodded, ready for whatever challenges awaited them. The stars stretched endlessly outside the fleet. Humans moved like shadows, careful but unstoppable. Every maneuver, strike, and tactical decision built confidence and showed determination. The Dominion might have ruled these systems for centuries, but humans were rewriting the rules. Each step forward was a statement. Humans do not yield to fear. Hygiene observed the Dominion patrol patterns one last time before the fleet rested. She smiled quietly, proud of her team. Humans had faced impossible odds and prevailed. Every member of the fleet felt a growing sense of pride and courage. The mission was not over, but they had shown what humans could do when fear was set aside. Captain Minesio looked around at his crew. Remember, our strength is not in numbers or weapons alone. It is in our courage, intelligence, and willingness to act where others would hesitate. We walk where fear could not reach, and we will continue to do so. The crew felt renewed determination. They were ready for the battles ahead. As the fleet moved silently through Dominion space, the humans reflected on their journey. They had overcome fear, evaded patrols, and struck at the heart of alien defenses. Every step had been a test of courage and intelligence. Humanity was proving that they could survive, adapt, and succeed where others had failed. The Dominion would soon learn that humans were not just another species in the galaxy. They were a force to be reckoned with, walking boldly where fear dared not follow. The space above the Dominion capital was alive with movement. Human and Dominion warships faced each other in a tense standoff. Captain Sumin Park guided her ship with precision, weaving through laser fire and asteroid debris. The humans were outnumbered, but they had strategy and courage. Every maneuver was carefully planned, every attack coordinated. The Dominion did not expect the boldness of humanity. Admiral Hyunsu Park observed the battlefield from the flagship. Communication channels were alive with orders, strategy discussions, and updates. Humans moved quickly, using their speed, intelligence, and unexpected tactics to gain an advantage. The Dominion had more ships, but humans had creativity and unpredictability. That was their strength. Commander Jiho Kim led a group of boarding ships toward a Dominion warship. The plan was risky but necessary. Humans relied on skill, timing, and courage. Jiho's team moved silently, evading detection. When they struck, it was precise and effective. They disabled key systems and took control of the ship without losing a single member. This victory inspired the rest of the fleet and sent a clear message to the Dominion. Humans were not to be underestimated. Captain Sumin coordinated with the boarding team, guiding other ships in multi-pronged attacks. Laser bursts, electronic interference, and surprise maneuvers created confusion among the Dominion fleet. Humans exploited gaps in the enemy's formation, striking where least expected. Every small success built morale and weakened the Dominion's confidence. Lieutenant Jae-in Choi managed electronic warfare systems, disrupting communications and navigation for enemy ships. Dominion captains struggled to respond to human tactics. They were trained for large, direct confrontations, but humans acted unpredictably, striking at weak points. Jae-in smiled quietly. Humans had turned fear and uncertainty into a weapon. Meanwhile, Captain Min Seo Kong led a strike group through an asteroid belt, using the natural cover to flank the enemy. Speed and precision were key. The Dominion's larger ships could not maneuver as easily. Min Seo targeted supply and support vessels, cutting off reinforcements. Each attack was deliberate, minimizing risk while maximizing impact. Commander Daewoo Lim coordinated a team to disable orbital defenses. They moved swiftly, avoiding patrols and enemy fire. Using small, fast ships, they struck at shield generators, weapons platforms, and communication hubs. The Dominion had built these defenses to be impenetrable, but humans used intelligence and daring to find vulnerabilities. Every successful strike opened the way for the main fleet to advance. Admiral Hyunsu monitored the battle, issuing updates and orders. Focus on coordination. Use speed and surprise. Remember, we are humans, and fear does not guide us. Our strength is in our minds and our hearts. The fleet responded efficiently. Humans relied on teamwork and bravery rather than sheer numbers. Captain Sumin noticed a Dominion warship preparing a counterattack. She called out commands quickly, instructing smaller ships to intercept and distract. Humans moved unpredictably, creating confusion and opening a path for the main assault. Laser fire streaked across space, Energy shields flared, and humans pressed forward with calculated determination. Jiho's boarding team continued to disable the captured warship, using it as a weapon against other Dominion vessels. Each action caused disruption and hesitation among the enemy. The humans' boldness made the Dominion fleet question their strategy. Fearless action and intelligence allowed humans to gain the upper hand despite being outnumbered. Lieutenant Jain used her skills to jam Dominion sensors, preventing coordinated responses. Captain Minesio's team moved swiftly, attacking isolated ships. Each success inspired cheers from human crews. The Dominion had not faced an opponent like this before. Humans acted in ways that were unpredictable and courageous, striking fear into those who thought they ruled these systems. Admiral Hyun-soo directed the flagship to fire concentrated energy volleys at key enemy positions. The shots were precise, hitting critical systems and further weakening Dominion defenses. Humans showed that strategy and courage could match or exceed raw power. The enemy fleet faltered, unable to adapt to the humans' clever tactics. As the battle continued, Captain Sumin coordinated another strike against a central enemy command ship. Jiho's boarding team prepared to take control once again. Every movement was calculated, every action precise. Humans worked in harmony, using brains and bravery to overcome numbers and firepower. Each victory brought them closer to the Dominion capital. Commander Daewoo led the final assault on remaining defensive platforms. Fast ships darted between lasers and energy barriers, disabling weapons and communications. Humans had turned what seemed like impossible odds into achievable goals. The Dominion fleet was reeling, their confidence shaken by the daring and intelligence of the human crews. Admiral Hyun-soo spoke to the fleet, his voice calm but strong. "We have shown the Dominion that humans are fearless, clever, and determined. We strike with courage and intelligence. Today, we walk where fear could not reach, and we will continue to do so." The fleet responded with coordinated movements, ready for the final phase of their mission. As the battle drew to a close, human ships moved into positions to secure control over key regions of space above the Dominion capital. Every maneuver, strike, and decision demonstrated human ingenuity and courage. The Dominion fleet had been strong, but humans had proven that bravery and intelligence were equal to any power. Captain Sumin and Commander Jiho watched as their crews celebrated small victories. Humans had not only survived but had disrupted enemy systems, captured warships, and shown that courage and cleverness could overcome fear and overwhelming odds. Every human aboard the fleet felt pride and accomplishment. The stars stretched endlessly, reflecting off hulls of human warships. Humans had fought where fear could dominate, and they had emerged victorious. They had disrupted the Dominion fleet, captured critical vessels, and shown the galaxy that humans were bold, clever, and unyielding in spirit. The battle above the Dominion capital was a statement. Humans would not be controlled, and they would continue to strike with courage and intelligence, walking boldly where others feared to tread. The Dominion capital lay before the humans, its defenses weakened and its fleet scattered. Captain Minesio Kong observed the scene, feeling a quiet pride. Humanity had proven its strength and intelligence. The human fleet moved carefully, taking control of the outer regions while avoiding unnecessary conflict. Every action was deliberate, aimed at establishing a presence without provoking full-scale war. Commander Daewoo Lim led a team to secure strategic locations on the planet's orbit. Small ships moved swiftly, capturing control points and communication hubs. The Dominion forces were disorganized and hesitant. Humans used this advantage, carefully coordinating their strikes to avoid losses. Each move demonstrated courage and intelligence, hallmarks of humanity. Lieutenant Hyejin Yu monitored communications, listening to fragmented signals from the Dominion. She noticed fear and confusion among the alien commanders. Humans had walked where fear ruled before, and their actions had left an impression. Hyejin reported the data to Captain Minesio, who nodded. This information would be vital for maintaining control and negotiating the next steps. Captain Sumin Park oversaw a patrol team that moved among the scattered Dominion warships. They disabled remaining weapons systems and secured critical ships without combat where possible. The human crews worked efficiently, relying on precision and careful planning. They understood that the goal was to establish a presence and show strength, not unnecessary destruction. Admiral Hyun-Soo Park addressed the fleet through communication channels. Humans have walked where fear could not reach. Today, we have shown the Dominion our courage, our intelligence, and our determination. We will maintain order and continue to explore their systems. Remember, our strength is in our minds, our hearts, and our unity. The fleet responded with quiet acknowledgement, proud of their accomplishments. Commander Jiho Kim led a mission to repair and activate captured Dominion systems. They needed to understand alien technology and ensure it could not be used against humans. The team worked methodically, learning quickly and adapting. Each success strengthened human presence and demonstrated their ability to control and navigate complex systems. Captain Min Seo coordinated with all teams, ensuring that every sector was secure. Humans moved like a single unit, combining strategy, bravery, and intelligence. Dominion forces were still present, but hesitation and fear kept them from organizing an effective counterattack. Humans had changed the rules of engagement, showing that courage and cleverness could outmatch raw power. Lieutenant Hygiene discovered a network of communication satellites still operational. She proposed rerouting them to transmit messages of peace and warning to the Dominion worlds. Captain Min Seo approved. Humans had won the initial confrontation, but diplomacy and strategic presence were crucial to prevent further conflict. The act also demonstrated the humane side of humanity, combining intelligence with careful planning. Commander Daewoo oversaw patrols of human ships around the capital. They ensured the Dominion could not regroup while allowing civilians and neutral parties to move safely. Discipline and organization were key. Every crew member understood their role, and the humans operated with precision that impressed even themselves. Fear had been replaced by confidence, courage, and determination. Captain Sumin led a team to map the remaining enemy positions. They noted weaknesses, planned future patrol routes, and secured critical areas. The Dominion had been shaken by human strategy and bravery. Every action, from small strikes to fleet coordination, had shown that humans were capable of walking where fear had ruled. Admiral Hyun-Soo convened a council of captains. We have achieved what many thought impossible. Humans are here, and the Dominion cannot ignore us. We will maintain vigilance, explore further, and continue to demonstrate courage and intelligence. Our presence is a statement to the galaxy. Humans are not to be feared, but they are not to be underestimated. The captains agreed, ready to continue the mission. The stars glimmered outside the fleet's orbit. Humanity had entered Dominion space and survived where others had failed. They had disabled defenses, captured ships, and disrupted the alien fleet. More importantly, they had shown that humans could act boldly and cleverly, turning fear into opportunity. Each crew member felt pride and accomplishment. The journey had tested their courage and intelligence, and they had passed. Captain Min Seo spoke to her crew one last time. We have walked where fear could not reach. This is only the beginning. The galaxy will remember humanity for its courage, its intelligence, and its determination. We are explorers, warriors, and guardians of our people. Stay ready, stay united, and continue to walk boldly. The crew nodded, inspired and prepared for what lay ahead. The human fleet moved through the stars, a symbol of courage and ingenuity. They had entered the Dominion, faced fearsome opponents, and emerged victorious. Humanity had proven that bravery and intelligence could overcome even the most powerful forces. They left a mark on the Dominion and the galaxy itself, a reminder that humans could walk boldly where fear dared not go, shaping the future with courage, skill, and determination.